Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to color Coco Mouse using Copic markers. I'm going to be coloring him with the warm grays, and so I'm going to start with W3. I'm just going to come around and color basically where the lines are, where the lines meet on his face, and then a little bit on his ears. I get questions a lot of times from people about coloring Coco, so I decided to do a little tutorial. Again, this is with Warm Gray 3. Now I'm going to take Warm Gray 1. I'm just going to sort of blend the colors together in a circular motion. And you can see that Warm Gray 1 is slightly lighter, but it blends out that harsh line that you'll see from the Warm Gray 3. Now, since his ears are so thin, there's not a whole lot of space, I just color with the two colors usually, but a lot of times I'll add a third color for like his face. So I'll be using Warm Gray 00 to finish off his face, and I just like to have a little bit of a highlight right here in the center. This is a really light gray. It almost doesn't even look like a color until you get it in there. And I just blend out any other colors. Now if I look at that and I think, maybe I'd like it to be a little bit darker, to have a little bit more shadow, I'll come back in with the Warm Gray 3. And add a little bit more shadow again. Just slightly, just a very slight shadow around his face again. 'Cause sometimes when you blend out those colors, they soften quite a bit. Okay, so now I want to add some rosy cheeks. So I'm going to take R20, which is blush, and I'm just going to make a little circle on each cheek. Looks kind of like clown cheeks right now, but then I'll soften it with the R000, just by kind of going around it a little bit. And notice how it kind of softens it. And I'm going to do the same thing, the same colors with his ears, for the insides of his ears. I always just kind of do a little bit of squigglies in the bottom part of his ears that touch his head, and that's with the R20. And then with the R000, I'm going to come in and soften that out again with the circular motion, and just fill in that whole ear, but that just kind of softens it. Now if you look at that and you think that's too pink, you could come back in with the Warm Gray 00 and actually just add a little bit of gray to it, and it softens it a little bit more even. Okay, and now for his nose, I'm going to use E44. I'm just going to come in and color almost the whole nose, but I leave a little bit of space at the top, white, and then I'm going to shade that in with the E42 and just kind of blend that out. And then it just sort of looks like there's a little bit of light hitting the top of his nose.